What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we're back here on NBA 2K25, and we got to talk about the Minnesota Timberwolves. We're off to a 6-6 start and just lost 3 games in a row. Now, it's still very early in the season, and they're fresh off a brand new trade, obviously, but things haven't looked the best. We're going to jump in and rebuild the Timberwolves in a realistic way in NBA 2K25. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you're new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. Yeah, the Timberwolves have not looked sharp, I will say. It's just not been the perfect product. Again, they made a trade before the season started for financial, for financial situations for the future. Obviously, Karl-Anthony Towns' contract was really expensive, and they had to get rid of it to try to have flexibility down the road. But of course, you have Anthony Edwards, Julius Randle, Rudy Gobert, Naz Reid, Mike Conley, Jaden Daniels, Dante DiVincenzo, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Joe Ingles, Rob Dillingham, who hasn't really played rotational minutes for them that much. But you got, I don't even know if he's really played much at all. I haven't watched every Timberwolves game. I can't even do that even if I wanted to, because League Pass, their games are blacked out for me, unfortunately. But Mike Conley, Anthony Edwards, McDaniels, Julius Randle, Rudy Gobert. So obviously that starting five remains the same with DiVincenzo, Naz Reid. So to me, the one thing we'll pay attention to and look at is if we need to make some type of move at the trade deadline. Do we move Randle out of here? Does Minnesota end up moving him, or do they think they'll eventually fix this? Again, it's fresh off a new trade, and it was like right before the season started. It was like really, like I said, like really right before the season started. It felt like last second trade almost. We're gonna go ahead and simulate year number 1. Obviously in 2K, this team is probably gonna fix itself, so we really don't have to worry about that too much. But I do wonder in real life if they are going to continue this team and just hope it gets better, or if there's going to be like a move at the deadline or a move in the offseason. It'll be interesting to see for sure. Today's video is brought to you by Daily Grind Fantasy's Optimizer. If you play an app such as PrizePicks, Underdog, or any of these popular DFS apps, having a tool like this is insanely awesome to have to find good plays for these DFS apps. So as you can see, we got some plays on the board for PrizePicks right now. We have Sam Darnold under 1.5 passing touchdowns. He's been pretty bad lately, so yeah, that definitely could hit. But as you can see, you do have every sports book, so it's not really betting with what you think is going to happen. You're just kind of looking at the data, and Sam Darnold under 1.5 touchdowns is heavily juiced on every book. Same thing with Nick Claxton over 18.5 points plus rebounds. One of my favorite apps, Dabble, has a lot of value right now. If this will load up very quickly, let's see. And of course, there it goes. Okay, so as you can see, we got what do we got? So we got Purdue, or this. What do I want? We got Quinn Ewers under 297.5 passing yards, 288.5. Every book has this at 288. You do have one book agreeing with PrizePicks at with Dabble at 297.5. But obviously that is, what book is that? That's Fliff. Fliff is not known to be the sharpest, so obviously we would trust some of those other books. You have LeBron James under 8.5 rebounds, Devin Booker under 29 points, Jaden Reed under 4.5 receptions. So we're finding a lot of good value on the board. We're just looking at an optimizer, which is why I absolutely love this thing. So if you want to check it out, links down in the description below. Use code Crushables, 25% your first month. Other than that, let's get back to the rebuild. So at the end of year 1, Luka Doncic wins MVP. Zachary Shea is your Rookie of the Year. Armin Thompson, 6th man. Wembanyama, Defensive Player. And Kate Cunningham is your Most Improved. Devin Booker, Clutch Player. And Jason Kidd is your Coach of the Year. So I decided not to make any moves at the deadline simply because I could definitely see, in real life where Minnesota just eventually figures it out, no trades needed, and the team just starts clicking in all cylinders because, like I said, I feel like they're still gelling a little bit as the season's prolonging and, starting. So you got Rudy Gobert, offensive first team, and then Anthony Edwards making All-NBA third team. So we are the 2nd seed in the Western Conference, which is great. Here are your player stats. You had, that's per 100, I think, or whatever. So let's go take a look. Actual player stats. You had 33.5 from Edwards and Julius Randle 24-9, so pretty solid season out of him. Naz Reid with 14, DiVincenzo with 13, 9 from Conley, 9 from Gobert, 8 from McDaniels, and 6 from Nickeil Alexander-Walker. All right, well, in round 1, we draw the Los Angeles Lakers, so this should be interesting. Mike Conley, Edwards, McDaniels, Randle, Gobert, so same starting 5 for us. Do we want to fix rotation at all? You got 9-man rotation. Let's see. So Naz Reid would start over Gobert, which obviously just doesn't happen in real life, so we won't do that. So yeah, I'm actually cool with this rotation for the playoffs. Let's see if we can go far. Somebody come around against the Lakers in round 1, and we will beat them in 5. Okay. So based off how these playoffs go, I think we'll determine a lot on what we do this offseason. So OKC in round 2. Somebody come around against Oklahoma City, and we will. We're down 3-2. So this is going to be a tough series, but we got to force a game 7 if we want to stay alive in these playoffs. And OKC may not allow that to happen. It's going to be, I think, oh, we get back in it for a second, but unfortunately, we're going to fall short. So we get bounced in 6 games in round 2, which isn't great. So honestly, that's probably the best thing that could happen, though. That way, I'm not getting no easy layup championship. I got to actually do something to help this team out. So Mavericks go on to beat the Bucks in 5. The Bucks are not off to a good start of the season either. Conley's going to retire, which is interesting. I'm not sure he would actually retire in real life. I feel like he would actually. I'm gonna override my Conley retirement. He's got 1 year left in his deal. I don't think Conley would retire. We can do the same thing. Oh, I can't unfortunately do it with LeBron, but we're gonna do that with Conley because I don't know, man. Something tells me he isn't retiring after the season. I could be dead wrong, but with 1 year left in his contract, maybe he runs it back again. So looks like we have a pick from somebody, which is Detroit, which is nice. I think that's from the Karl Towns trade. Someone mentioned that yesterday, but it is protected and Detroit keeps it. So I think New York gave them that pick because I think the Knicks had the pick. I do believe it's heavily protected, though. Chris Finch is the head coach still. We can leave that the way it is. Let's head straight to draft night. I don't think we have a pick at all, but I could be wrong. We have the 2nd overall pick in the 3rd round. Okay, so let's go ahead and draft with the 2nd overall pick in the 3rd round and see who we can get. So we have JT Toppin, who I think we'll just go ahead and smash here with this selection. So welcome, Minnesota. JT Toppin, so that'll be our 2nd round pick. And then we got Toppin coming in. Player options, Randall declines, which is interesting. Garza and Josh Minot are also free agents, and Naz Reid also declines his player option. So I was kind of hoping Randall would accept his player option, but he did just have a damn good season, so it kind of makes sense that he declined it because of how good he was. Naz Reid is an obvious must resign. Minnesota loves him. We got to keep him around. So qualifying offers, nothing to worry about here, I don't think. And then for free agency, again, it's Randall and it's Karl Towns. So Randall doesn't have any serious offers right now. Or sorry, not Karl Towns. It's Randall, and then Alexander Walker is probably a good guy to get back. Naz Reid we got to bring back too. So we'll resign Naz Reid to a deal. We're signing Alexander Walker to a deal, and then we'll resign Julius Randle. Now, I don't want to give Randall a 5-year deal. I'd give him a 3-year, 35 flat or something like that. I don't know. If you're Minnesota, I would definitely be exploring the idea of trading Randall potentially, but I guess it just kind of depends. Maybe you could trade Gobert or Randall. Not sure they're the best fit together. It's not the worst fit in the world, but I don't know. I have my concerns with this sometimes. But let's take a look. Anything else we can do in free agency, or do we kind of have a full team? So, Conley, DiVincenzo. I just realized DiVincenzo is listed at point guard. Interesting. Alexander Walker. We got Jaden McDaniels, of course, Julius Randle, JT Top, and then Gobert and Naz Reid. Okay, so there's not much else we can do. Rob Dillingham and Terrence Shannon. I don't know how much Terrence Shannon will develop, but I know Dillingham will probably be ready to play this season. I guess Nick Alexander Walker, someone we didn't have to re-sign, but we did anyway. And Leonard Miller, not sure he'll develop enough to play this year either. So the team is relatively the same right now. But I guess what I want to look at is player progression to kind of see what we got going on here. So 2 guys got brought back. So Gobert's regressed down to 1 year. I think they extended Gobert as well. Conley's gone down. Dillingham is up. McDaniels is up. DiVincenzo is up. Terrence Shannon is up, but not to where we would play him, unfortunately. Leonard Miller and Terrence Shannon. So I do want to take a look. If I move Terrence Shannon to small forward, he's up to 74, and then Leonard Miller is up to 74. So both of them might be a backup small forward, or one of them might be a backup small forward for the future. Although Leonard Miller being 6'10 makes me want to keep him at the power forward for sure. All right, so I guess the one thing I want to do is they're gonna be playing smaller, but I'm gonna list DiVincenzo shooting guard, and then we're gonna move Alexander Walker to small forward. I mean, 6'5", not ideal for him, but I do want to get Dillingham minutes this year. So we didn't change much this offseason at all. In fact, we did pretty much nothing. But what I do want is to potentially make some upgrades at the trade deadline, whether it's Julius Randle's contract or Gobert's contract or whatever it may be. I think where we strike will be at the trade deadline. We should be good in the regular season. That shouldn't really matter, but it's all about the playoffs at the end of the day. If we consider ourselves up for playoff success, that's obviously the most ideal situation. So 4.5, 7 seconds proficiency, which is good. Let's take a look at the starting 5. So Conley's still here. Conley, Edwards, McDaniels, Randall, Gobert, Naz Reid, DiVincenzo, Nick Alexander Walker. Rob Dillingham's getting minutes this year, which is good. And then everyone else is still sitting out for now. All right. Let's simulate to the trade deadline. And more than likely, we will be making a move there unless we're undefeated or something. And then maybe I shouldn't touch anything. So we're stopping the trade deadline as promised at 34-17. One thing we do have to consider is that we are over the second apron, so we're not really going to be able to do anything like too crazy. We can't throw two contracts together. So I have a couple of ideas in mind. I could trade Gobert's contract, or I could trade Randall's contract. And to me, I think I'm going to trade Julius Randle away and try to get something for him. And then Gobert is not safe either. Once he keeps regressing, we're going to eventually move on from him as well. So who do I want to attack, or who do I want to go get is the ultimate question. So Randall, and I have a couple guys I was kind of looking at. So we can only take a contract that is $35 million or less. So the Grizzlies is interesting with Jaren Jackson, 16, and then, you know, gives us a really good defender at the power forward spot. Would obviously shoot. I mean, Randall's technically shooting better from three, better at the 3-point line from him this year. But another one I was kind of considering is New Orleans' DeJounte Murray, because New Orleans just needs a shakeup in general. They're just always hurt. And Murray's got 2 years left of his contract, and obviously Conley is about to retire on us. Dillingham obviously could eventually take that role, but I don't mind Dillingham in a 6-man role if needed. So I'm going to see if we can do a Randall for Murray swap. When it comes to a Randall trade, I kind of struggle with it. I just don't really know who values Randall like that. So we're going to see if New Orleans would do a Randall for Murray swap. We're going to offer this straight up and just see what they say to this. They want Mike Conley. They'll give me Herb Jones. And again, I would love to do something like this. This would be amazing. But obviously we know how much New Orleans values Herb Jones. And we can't even do this even if we wanted to, unfortunately. So maybe it's not just Randall straight up. What if we threw a few seconds in here, or a couple seconds? Mike Conley and Trey Murphy. Again, I would love to do that. Let's say we do this first round pick as well, and they agree. Okay, so we trade a first in Julius Randle and a couple seconds to get DeJounte Murray in Minnesota. Did we need to do something like that? Maybe not, but I at least wanted to do something in this video. And then that moves Nas Reed into the starting 5, and actually that benches the Alexander Walker, that benches Jaden McDaniels, which is interesting. But Nas Reed is now going to be our power forward. Now, with that being said, as much as I want to get Mike Conley a championship, I don't think he's safe. I think we got to move him out of here as well. So we'll see what we can get from Mike Conley. Preferably, we just get like some backup 5 thrown to us. I don't care what backup center, just somebody. So Isaac in a second is interesting. Zeke Naji. Okay, I want to shoot for a little bit higher. Olynyk is okay. Avicic, Royce O'Neal. Olynyk, I guess, sounds all right for this season. So we can go ahead and do Kelly Olynyk. So let's do Kelly Olynyk this season, and that'll be our backup 5 for now. But obviously, eventually, we're gonna have to, upgrade from that. But we trade Mike Conley to Minnesota, or to Toronto, and we get Kelly Olynyk out of it. So they got a 2nd-round pick out of the deal. So Johnson, Murray, Edwards, Nick Alexander Walker. I mean, McDaniels needs to start. I don't know why we're doing that. So let's put McDaniels back in starting 5. No question in my mind there. And then we can push this down just a little bit. All right. That's what we'll roll with for the rest of the season. Let's see if DeJounte Murray coming into Minnesota is going to change anything for us. 34-17 on the season so far. Randall is gone. Let's see if that makes us worse or better. Luka Doncic once again wins MVP. Ace Bailey Rookie of the Year in Portland. Amon 6th man. Defensive Player is Wemby. Alexander Star Most Improved. And Jalen Brunson Clutch Player. And Mark is your Coach of the Year. Here's your All-NBA first team. All-NBA second. Obviously, Anthony Edwards making it for All-NBA third team. All-Defense first team. And All-Defensive second team. Minnesota. No Rudy Gobert. So that's obviously a little concerning. But we are once again the 2nd seed in the Western Conference. And we won't see OKC until the conference finals if we are to make it that far. But you had 32 from Edwards. 18 from Murray. 16 and 8 from Nas Reed at the starting power forward spot, which is great. 11 from DiVincenzo, 8 from McDaniels, and 8 from Rob Dillingham. Okay, let's go ahead and see how these playoffs go. So we get the New Orleans Pelicans, funny enough, in round 1, who we gave them, obviously, Randall. They still want to start Nick Alexander Walker over McDaniels. I don't agree with it, but if that's what they think is best, it's not best. I'm sorry, but you need your 3-and-D guy to start in the playoffs, and that's what we'll do. So McDaniels, I got to start you still. Something current round against New Orleans, and we are going to be down 1-0, but we win the next 3, and we are going to hopefully beat them in 6. No, we're going to Game 7. So Game 7 very early on in Minnesota. If we get bounced in round 1 here, obviously that is a major concern going forward, and it's going to be a close Game 7 here. But we did give them Randall to pair with with Ingram and Zion, and we barely escaped the Pelicans. Wow. What was that final score? 104-107, very close, but now we draw San Antonio round 2. Of course, have Victor Wembanyama. Okay. Here we go. Game 1 goes to us. Let's see what San Antonio's got, by the way. Stephon, Castle, Vassell, Middleton, Sohan. Okay, they're not that terrifying yet, but of course, Wemby is still Wemby. But so far, things are swinging our way, and we are going to just smoke them, beat them in 4. Okay, now it's time for the revenge tour against the Oklahoma City Thunder. And you got Boston Toronto on the other side. So OKC, Shea, Casey Wallace, Lou Dort, J-Dub, Chet, Hardenstein, Brogdon's there, Aaron Wiggins, Caruso, and it just falls off after that. Very interesting enough. Okay, well, let's see if we can beat OKC here. So they win game 1, 160 to 131. Wow. Game 2, we evened it up though. So we took 1 in Oklahoma City, and we take 1 at home. Can we take the next one at home? Yes, we do. Okay, and do we beat them in 5? No. Game 6, we go to Simcast, in my opinion, for this game 6, because if we don't, we might go to a game 7. We could be in trouble in that game 7. We got to take care of home court. Got to win in front of our home fans to get to the finals. A close game relatively, but we ran away with it a little bit until they get back in it probably. And man, is this a close game. I think we jump in and play this out, right? So 128 to 130, 2 minutes, 19 seconds left on the clock. This is massive, man. The Thunder have the ball. 2 minutes, 19 seconds left. I've been comfortable playing these out. It's been kind of fun to play until it's not fun if I choke this somehow. But okay, I'll take. Ooh, we're not there for the. Ooh, we barely got that rebound. I didn't think we were gonna get that rebound, to be honest with you. Okay, I'm not gonna be able to just dribble around Shea, but good defensive possession to start things off. Give me Naz Reid. Why isn't our best player Edwards out here, by the way? Did he foul out? He better have fouled out. Wow, yeah, Shea had no chance of blocking Naz Reid diving to the rim. 33 points from Naz Reid tonight. Wow, we got to feed the man. Okay, by the way, I have to see. Did our boy Anthony Edwards, if you're not fouled out, what are you not doing out on the floor right now? He did foul out. 6 fouls. Damn, that sucks. Ooh. Okay. Okay. I was not ready for that. Fair enough. I was not ready for that. All right, so really unfortunate. Be the starter. We want starters on the floor. So McDaniels, Naz Reid, Murray, DiVincenzo. That's fine. So we'll run with that. Starters on the floor now to close this game out. Murray, DiVincenzo. I can work with this. It sucks when I have Anthony Edwards, obviously. I'd love to just play through him, but I can close this out. We have a 2-point lead right now. Going to give me a screen. Gobert. Screen for Gobert, and he is just going to be open at the rim. Actually catches the ball. Sometimes when you dive, pass it to him around the rim. In real life, he has butterfingers, but hey, he caught that one. So DeJounte Murray guarding Shea. I'm doing my best thing I could do right now. Shea to the rim. That's good defense, but just better offense. 132 to 134. A minute 30 left on the clock. All right. Here we go again. Do we go pick and roll? It's been working. Do we just spam the pick and roll? I think we do. Naz Reid 3. I like it. Slightly late, but Gobert's got our back with the offensive board. That was massive. Oh my goodness. Maybe I got a little greedy there for a 3 with Naz Reid, but I mean, we had to try it. I'm going to try it again. Got it greedy again, but we get another offensive rebound. Gobert, I love you right now. I freaking love you. The 3 ball is not falling for us with Naz Reid. We're going to try it again. We're going to do a pick and fade. Not there. DiVincenzo, do something, please. Not a good possession. Oh, my goodness. If Gobert would have got another offensive board. But we just tried too many threes, man. Should have just attacked the rim. That's my fault. We're there at the rim. Shea is open for 3, though. And he's going to miss it. Wow. How does J-Dub come up with the rebound in that situation? We're there. Foul. Oh, my goodness. Bro, how did J-Dub get that rebound? What the hell just happened there? All right. Well, 3 ball did not fall for us on that last possession. We attacked the rim. We couldn't get the 3 to fall. So he's going to tie it, obviously. No surprise there. Shea's pretty clutch at the free throw line. All right, man. No matter what, OKC is going to get the ball here. So we got to make sure we get a good possession going here. So give me a screen. And we are just going to get a... Chet Holmgren had no chance there. We just dribbled right around that man. Had no chance. Must be tired or something. So we take the lead back. Shea is going to go, obviously, attack the rim. And Chet gives us a screen. Mid-range Shea. Not going down. We get the... Oh, that was the best player they could have fouled there. As long as I can knock down one. I try to pass it really quickly. Very... Okay. Very, very fast release for Gobert. And I didn't make either. Wow. Okay. Yep. That sucked. All right. So Shea... Oh, my goodness. He could have low-key passed it to Case Wallace, but he didn't. We get the offensive board, and now they're going to foul Naz Reid. Okay, 134 to 136. Can we make these free throws this time around? Your boy, so far, has not been clutch. We can make this a 4-point game, though, and they have no timeouts. So can we make this one as well? And we do. 134, 138. Keep in mind, though, we're doing this without Anthony Edwards. He fouled out of the game completely. All right, foul. There, close out. No three. Get rid of the ball. And they're going to foul DiVincenzo. But that is all she wrote, ladies and gentlemen. Lou Dort fouls out as well, so that's another defender off the floor for them. And we're going to knock down that one, and we're moving on to the NBA Finals, either against Boston or Toronto. The Boston and Toronto find themselves in a game 7, so let's see who it's going to be. It is going to be Toronto. So Toronto beats Boston, and we get Toronto, who have Davion Mitchell, Grady Dick, RJ Barnes, Jakob Poeltl, and Minute Quickly. So basically the team they have in real life. Obviously, we gave them Conley as well. They do have Nolan Traore, so that's definitely something got to keep in mind. He's a stud. And not yet, though, but he does develop like crazy as we've seen in the last couple of videos we've had him. But this is our chance to win the championship, in my opinion. So can we do it? Game 1 goes to us. Game 2 goes to us. We're blowing them out pretty badly so far. I don't think this is even a contest, and we sweep them. So we get Minnesota championship. This was only the 2nd season, though, so I think I'm going to go at least one more season here. Anthony Edwards Finals MVP, but getting a championship out of the way early. Like I said, it's not the toughest thing to do to win a championship with the Timberwolves. Like, I'm not patting myself on the back for some great accomplishment I just did, but at least we won regardless. So let's go to the lottery. So that Detroit pick, again, I believe it's like heavily protected, if I'm not mistaken. It jumps up to 3. If I had to guess, if I was a betting man, which you guys know I am, I would bet that this pick is protected like crazy somehow. I doubt this pick actually belongs to us. This is 2026, right? So it's, for me, we have to go do our research and see if we actually get to keep this pick. And then I might look into trading Gobert this offseason. He's just gonna, I mean, he was incredible in this playoffs with those offensive rebounds, but he might regress too much for us. I'm not sure. We'll see, but let me do some research on this pick really quickly. So I was indeed correct. It was top 11 protected in 2026. It's top 9 protected in 2027. So that pick does not belong to us, unfortunately. It would have been nice to have that high draft pick, but it was a dream, pipe dream or whatever. So Jalen Clark's a free agent, and then I don't think we'll be doing anything in free agency if I had to guess. We have Kevin Olynyk, who's a free agent. Okay. Anything else we want to do here? Kevin Olynyk, we could re-sign. We can re-sign like Orchid Cornet or Christian Coloco. Give me Christian Coloco just in case. Just to be on the safe side. I'm not bringing back Kevin Olynyk because I know he'll regress as well. But player regression is going to be interesting for me because I want to see how much Dillingham, Shannon, and Leonard Miller go up, and then I want to see how much Gobert goes down. So Gobert is down to an 82. Toppin's up to 77, which is something I didn't even think about. And then Rob Dillingham's an 81. So, yeah, I think it's good that we traded for Dejounte Murray because I don't think, Rob Dillingham was going to be ready. I mean, we could have started him this year, obviously, but I don't mind him as someone off the bench instead. JD Toppin, did not expect him to be a rotational piece this year, but he absolutely will be. So we got Rob Dillingham, Dejounte Murray, Edwards, DiVincenzo. Terrence Shannon's not ready to play, unfortunately. Alexander Walker, Leonard Miller, and JT Toppin will fight over that backup power forward. And then Christian Coloco is our backup center at the moment. So I don't mind Naz Reid continuing to be the starter. Looks like he was really good for us last year. So I do still want to look into a Gobert trade. And we only do it if it makes sense. Like, we just run it back with him if not. So getting Levine and Jalen Smith, no thank you. We're going to need Capella. If Charlotte wants Gobert, we get Capella. I mean, we get cheaper in this scenario if Charlotte has the capability of doing this. I mean, the only reason you do this, obviously, is if you have some financial incentive here. And this could make sense for us. It really could, because this could actually give us a chance to make another trade, I think, without being let me look at that. So let's see. What is our cap sheet right now? So we are 215 million. So if I cut Gobert's salary for Capella's, I think that would put us under the second apron, and that would allow us to be very creative at the deadline if needed. So yeah, I don't hate that. It's the same overall. If Atlanta thinks Gobert is better than Capella, why not? It's the same, honestly, almost the same exact player. Pretty similar. So yeah, we're going to do this. So Capella is just going to make us a lot cheaper. The owners will love that. So we make them happy. And now we can maybe make sure that we can make another move at the deadline if needed, which is something I might look into to strengthen this team for another championship run. But with that being said, this is the last season coming up regardless. But if we can end it off in a championship, that's ideal. So we'll see if there's a move to be made at the deadline, maybe for like a backup center or something. We'll look into it, of course. So we are at the trade deadline as promised, and we're going to get a upgrade here at our backup center position. So we're trading Alexander Walker, the Pistons pick, to get Daniel Gafford. So Alexander Walker Christian Coloco, and giving them their pick back for Daniel Gafford and Tim Hardaway. So Hardaway won't really play for us. It's all about getting Gafford at this point. Obviously, I would love to do this without trading this first round pick, but I really do think Gafford helps this team out. We needed a legitimate backup 5, and Gafford gives us that, so that's great. And then one thing I wanted to do as well, now that we have Daniel Gafford and we trade Nickeil Alexander-Walker away, we could move Leonard Miller or JT Toppin a small forward, whichever one makes sense. So JT Toppin stays the same, but Leonard Miller goes up. So Leonard Miller might be able to actually play for us this year. Maybe that moves him in. It does not move him in. So whatever. It really doesn't matter. I guess if someone fouls out, he'll be ready to play. But that's the final move we're making. Daniel Gafford, welcome to Minnesota. Capella Capella starting and him backing him up. So let's see how the rest of the season goes after the Daniel Gafford edition. So at the end of the season, for the first time, we get Chris Finch, Coach of the Year in this video, when he also get the first seed, which is incredible. Edwards makes All-NBA 13 once again. But yeah, first seed for the first time in this video. We've been the second seed both times earlier. But yeah, 30 from Edwards, 18 from Murray, almost 19, 15 from Naz Reid, 13 from Rob Dillingham, 12 from DiVincenzo, 10.5 from Capella, 9 from McDaniels, and then 5 from Gafford, and then 5 from JT Toppin. So we get New Orleans in round 1. Obviously, Randall, we gave them earlier. They have Trey Johnson as well. They gave us problems, I believe, earlier in the video, but hopefully this time they don't. And with that being said, we beat them in 6. All right, so now we get Memphis, who has John Morant, Hugo, Desmond Bane, Miles Bridges, Jalen Duren, Gigi Jackson. So no longer do they have Jaren Jackson. They have Jalen Duren instead. So it's only current round, and we are up 3-2 on them, and we'll beat them in 6. And now we got the Thunder to end things off here in the Western Conference side of things. So game 1. Goes to OKC. So they take first game at home, but we even it up. We got to take one in Oklahoma City. Do we do that? No, we're down 3-1. So maybe we want to win a championship this year, but at least we won one last season. But we'll see if we can hang on and maybe push this into another game. It's looking like we're going to this season or this year or in this game. So this series continues. We go back to Oklahoma City. They want to give more minutes to Anthony Edwards. That's totally fine with me. So here we go. Game 6 to push them to a game 7 back to Minnesota. This is going to be a close one. Oklahoma City obviously is a team that gives us major problems all the time, but it looks like they are going to complete the process of beating us, unfortunately. We made it close somewhat, but we're going to end it off there with an L. Shea and Halliburton, your finals MVPs. They meet up in the finals, and it will be the Thunder going on to win it all. So unfortunately for us, no back-to-back championships, but like I said, at least we got one last year. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Fun video. Minnesota, I'm sure we'll eventually figure it out. Obviously, they made the Cat trade to give them some financial flexibility in the future. Whatever they do with that remains to be seen. Obviously, I think Naz Reid is the biggest part of that. Resigning him is obviously important, and then whatever else they can do with Randall's salary, if they move him or keep him, we'll see. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.